Okay, Bo Nix, 6'2", 214 pounds, out of Oregon. Max, how do you feel about Bo Nix, Mr., as they call him on Reddit, Mr. Bubble Screen?
Now they come on Reddit.
Yeah.
No, I like him. He's I mean, there's a lot of screens, but I don't attribute that. He's good at throwing screens. I mean, if you're good at it, fucking do it. Oregon had a really good team. It was part of their thing. They have good receivers. I like his arm, strong arm. It's a notch above Daniels in my opinion. He doesn't like every throw he makes. You're never like, wow, he really put a lot into that one. It's just effortless. Not a bad running threat either. Like he's not bad. He's not like a statue would be my thing. You're not gonna design runs for him. He can go through progressions. Dude, he's had so many fucking throws. Like he's kind of seen it all. This is a guy to me. He's a plug and play guy if you believe in him. To me, he's a late end of the first round guy. He has to go to me to the right system. You just can't fucking put him around anything and say, go to work. You got it. Yeah. No. He missed so many wide open guys on deep shots. And I was like, what the fuck? If you're an NFL quarterback, you got to hit that shit. That's the difference between a loss. If you don't hit those wide open, if Tyreek Hill gets behind you, you got to hit him. Or whoever the fuck you got.
Yeah. His completion rating was crazy, 77.4%. Threw for a crazy amount of yards. It has the old Oregon written all over it because his touchdown to interception ratio is crazy. 45 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. That's fun. Does the tape tell you that?
There wasn't a lot of high, tight window throws with him. It was just a lot of open fucking guys.
Yeah. And another thing to mention with this guy, a lot of games under his belt.
Yeah, like I said, he's 24 years old, bro.
61 starts in NCAA. That's a record. Most starts ever by a quarterback. Yeah. One thing that I seen that was a positive from guys like that come from a system. I seen him go under center a couple of times.
I did.
So I feel like he can go under center. I wrote way too many bubble screens. That's why I brought up the Reddit shit.
I will say this too. The pressure gets to him bad.
Yeah.
I don't like him under pressure.
So I got a stat for you.
Okay.
I looked up his air yards per pass. His air yards per pass is 6.4 per throw. That ranks 120th in the country. Now, let me tell you some top quarterbacks in the NCAA that are higher than him. Number 1, Michael Penix at 11.3. Jaden Daniels was 10.5. Caleb, 9.2. Quinn Ewers, I don't know how to say his last name. Yeah, 8.4. Carson Beck, 8.5. And Shador Sanders, 8.5.
But I mean, this is the one thing about their offense. We're like, yeah, the bubble screens fuck up what his real number would be because maybe it's higher, maybe it's lower. I'm not going to do the math to figure that out. Yeah. To me, he's kind of just he's Baker Mayfield to me, and he doesn't have the big arm, but he just reminds me of someone who can be surgical in the right system.
And to me, he hasn't shown enough against great defenses.
Correct. I would agree with that. Yeah. So my comp is Baker Mayfield, and not like Baker coming out, but Baker now, who's kind of a game manager and he can do maybe a little bit more. But if there's not, if you don't have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, a good O-line, a good run game, you're not going to want this guy.
Yeah, and I love what you said about a guy that needs to be in a really good offense. You know? Because he's going to be able to do damage with his legs also. He can move. Yeah. I would really like the Washington Commanders
to not draft him.
No, to actually trade down and draft this guy. Because I feel like Cliff Kingsbury's system would work beautifully for him. And maybe if you trade down enough and depending on what spot you take him, he could be a guy that can sit a couple games, you know?
Maybe like Sam Howell kind of did.
Yes. Sam Howell got traded.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I don't even know who their backup quarterback is right now.
Yeah,
but I would start the backup, whoever the fuck it is, and let him sit, let him learn, and don't throw him out there with the Wolves.
But the only thing is, it's like, let him
he's
sit.
old.
Yeah.
I know he's old, but I think he's going to get tore up, bro. If he goes to a situation where it's bad and he gets thrown into the Wolves, it's going to be bad and it's going to ruin his career. That's how I feel about him.
What if the Saints drafted him?
I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that's a great
What
situation.
about if
actually.
Denver drafted him?
I think that would be really good too. Now you're getting my style, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
What if the Steelers drafted him just for kicks and
that would be fucking hilarious. I'll be like, what the hell are the Steelers doing, man? My pro comp for him, which is funny, because you had him comp to Jaden Daniels. I have Marcus Mariota, but
It's just an Oregon thing.
NFL Marcus Mariota, not college Mariota. But I see a lot of Mariota in him in the NFL. A guy that can move, a guy that can, he's not terrible, and he needs systems kind of like him and the Eagles, like spacing, easy throws, gimme throws, little, deep shots here and there. But Marcus Mariota for me. What was yours again?
Baker.
Baker. Gotcha. I don't think you got that fire like Baker.
No, he didn't. But they're kind of undersized.
Yeah.
A little smaller guys.
In short, where I think he should get drafted, what talent he is to me, he's a second round talent. I don't think he's a first round talent to me. He's a second round guy.
He's fringe. First.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I can see the first just because the team will want the 5th year option.
I mean, I could see any of these guys getting drafted in the first.
I would, thinking of a team right now, Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota would be a great spot for a lot of these guys.